All right, so we're diving deep today into resilience, huh? We got this snippet from Anthony's podcast.
Overcoming adversity.
Yeah, that's it. With his guest, Jennifer. She's talking about facing some really tough times and how she got through them.
And what's really cool about this episode is that Anthony, the host, he doesn't just ask Jennifer, like, okay, tell us what happened.
Right.
He digs deeper. Like, how did it feel to go through that?
Yeah, the emotions behind it all. That's got to be key for understanding this whole resilience thing, right?
Yeah.
It's one thing to hear about what someone went through, but to really get how they felt.
Exactly. Like, resilience isn't just about the events. It's about, the whole inner process, how we react, how we cope.
Totally. And speaking of that process, there's this part where Jennifer says she had to choose not to give in. I mean, wow.
Yeah, powerful stuff.
That choice. I mean, what's going on inside someone's head when they're making that choice?
I think it's this internal tug of war, Part of you wants to just shut down, protect yourself.
Oh, absolutely. Curl up in a ball.
But then there's this other part, this drive to fight, to overcome, and recognizing those moments, where you actually have that power to choose. That's huge.
So it's about realizing we have control, even when everything feels out of control.
Yeah. Sometimes just knowing you have a choice, that in itself can change everything.
Wow. Okay, so Jennifer talks about focusing on resilience, positive mindset, or a strategy. I'm hooked. What kind of strategies are we talking about here to actually build up that resilience?
Oh, there are tons. Mindfulness is a big one. Or learning to flip those negative thoughts around, And of course, reaching out for support, talking to people.
So it's like having this toolkit almost. And you pull out whatever you need at that moment.
Exactly. And what's important to remember is that resilience, it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing.
Right.
What works for me might not work for you.
Yeah.
And what helps you through one tough time, well, it might not be the answer next time around.
Makes sense. It's personal. Figuring out what clicks for you. Now, I wish they'd gone into more detail about Jennifer's specific strategy, but her advice to others, man, it's spot on. She talks about remembering your strength, pushing forward, and celebrating those small wins.
Yeah, she really emphasizes those small victories, and that's so important, Resilience, it's often built on these little everyday actions, not some big heroic moment.
It's like consistency is key.
Yeah, showing up for yourself, even when it's the last thing you want to do, because those small steps, they all add up. They build that foundation of resilience.
Okay, so it's more like a marathon than a sprint, huh? It's about not giving up, even when you hit those bumps in the road.
You got it. And even though we don't get all the nitty-gritty details of Jennifer's story, what she shares is so powerful because it reminds us that everyone goes through stuff.
Oh yeah, no one gets a free pass.
Yeah. Exactly. Challenges are part of the deal. But what we can control is how we approach them. By tapping into our inner strength, cultivating a positive mindset, and, figuring out the strategies that work for us, that's how we navigate those tough times.
And come out stronger on the other side.
Exactly.
I love it. Well, this has been a fantastic deep dive. But before we go, I want to leave you with this. Think about the challenges you faced in your life, what got you through, and what, from Jennifer's story, what really resonated with you? How can you use what you've learned today to face whatever's coming your way next? Thanks for joining us on this journey into resilience.